In 1959, the Cuban dictator Batista fled the island of Cuba. Shortly thereafter, Fidel Castro took over. The totalitarian policies were soon obvious. Castro began a campaign to take over and take away parental rights. My name is Mercedes Diaz. I was born in Havana, Cuba, and I was 7 years old when Fidel Castro took over. My life changed drastically from a normal, happy 7-year-old child to one that had to worry about being seen outdoors with new toys, with nice clothing. Because at that time, Castro had implemented a defense committee which was in charge of spying on every single block in every single neighborhood. Life began to change, and we all felt it, even as a child. I didn't know the politics of it, but life began to change. I was taken out of school since all Catholic schools began to close little by little. Standing in long lines to get our ration of food once a week. There were no more birthday parties to go to. There were no more fancy stores to go visit on the weekends to pick up our bag of candy from Sears or Woolworths. Right around 1960, the situation seemed serious about the children being taken away from their families, and as parents began to panic, an organization, the Catholic Bureau in Miami, began a campaign led by Father Walsh. Together with the State Department, they began to issue visa waivers for children, for parents who wanted to send their children to the United States. I had no idea. I was 9 years old and had no idea what was about to happen in our lives. I remember I was right after the holidays and my birthday in December. I was given a beautiful doll, and I was very happy, but I could not understand why I was receiving a gift outside of Christmas or my birthday. And little did I know this was supposed to be my comfort gift as I embarked on my new journey into a new country. January 25th, 1962. I remember my mother crying most of the drive to the airport. My uncle drove us in his car. My father was sitting in the front with him, my mother with my sister and I in the back seat. I remember getting there. I remember shortly after arrival, we were separated. My sister and I taken away from our parents, my mother crying hysterically, my father fighting back tears. I remember his historic face, yet his eyes swelling up. We were taken to a glass enclosure, which is now affectionately called the fishbowl by many. And we were in there. We could see our family. They could see us, but we could have no further contact from that point on. Many of us that didn't have families ended up in either foster homes, camps, or orphanages. These are some of the cards and letters that I wrote to my dad and my mom during the period of our separation. We were in the foster care until our first relatives arrived 2 years later. My parents arrived in 1965. The story of our plight, the Peter Pan children, needs to be told. And with the help of social media, we have been able to reconnect from all over the United States and around the world. We're a sisterhood, and I think our story is of most importance, especially now after all these years.